Thanks, Admiral. Chris?
Question on the new immigration law in Texas. Does White House have any thoughts on that law? And there appears to be some litigation that's starting over the law as well.
Look, this is an extreme law that will not and does not make the communities in Texas safer. It just doesn't. And I think to add to that is that it is very much in line with what Republicans, many Republicans like to do or tend to do, which is demonize immigrants and also dehumanize immigrants. This is part of this. And so this is not who we are as a country. This is not who we should be as a country. Communities should not be individually targeted and put into harm's way. And this is what we're seeing. Again, this is something that Governor Abbott has done over and over again. There are plenty of examples that I've listed out from here before, whether it's leaving migrants in the side of the road in the middle of winter, installed razor wire near the border, making it more dangerous for Border Patrol to do their jobs, and placed bayous in the river, making it harder for Border Patrol to do their jobs as well. So this is certainly extreme as we see it, and it is incredibly unfortunate, but this is what we see from particular Republicans trying to dehumanize a group of people who are coming here, or some of them trying to migrate here, and they're putting them in harm's way. They're putting them in harm's way.
And he was up to negotiations of the supplemental. Obviously, migration is an important part of that. Where are we at of that?
So look, the president has been very clear that he wants to make sure that we come to a bipartisan agreement on this issue, and that border security obviously is important, and we need to figure this out in a bipartisan way. And so he's encouraged by the discussions that we've been seeing. There is progress that is happening, and the president also believes that we need to fix immigration. Right? This is why on his first day in office he put forth a comprehensive immigration legislation, and he took this very seriously. That's why he put forth a supplemental plan, right? That had part of it is adding certainly more law enforcement to the border, right? Making sure that we're taking additional actions, and that's why he put forth that supplemental, that emergency supplemental. So he thinks it's really important. We think that we're headed in the right direction. We are encouraged by the discussions that are happening on the Hill, and so we want to make sure we get to a bipartisan agreement on this. Again,
on the Texas immigration law, the ACLU has already filed a lawsuit. Does the president support the government also taking legal action here?
So the Department of Justice, they're going to decide whether they're going to file a lawsuit here. Certainly, I'm not going to get ahead of that.
In 2012, the Supreme Court upheld the rule that the federal government, not individual states, have the authority to decide who gets into the country. But this is now obviously a more conservative court. I mean, are you concerned that the position may now be changed, that a conservative court could use this to revisit?
I mean, look, I can't speak to the conservative court. You said it in your question to me, which is like the federal court, not individual state, is in charge of determining how and when to remove non-citizens for violating immigration laws. That is where that sits, and that's where that belongs. And look, as you just stated, in 2012 it happened, and it was struck down, right? The court struck that down. As far as what's going to happen next, the DOJ, the Department of Justice, certainly is going to make that decision. I'm not going to get ahead of it, but there is precedent. It was struck down. I can't speak for this current court, but what I can say is, and what I said at the top when I was asked this question by Chris, is that the law is incredibly extreme, and it does not make communities in Texas safer. It just does not. It dehumanizes, which is what Republicans tend to do. Certain Republicans tend to do is dehumanize immigrants and also demonize them, and that's what we're seeing here.